don't do that. Well, this was a bad idea. Dang it. Alright. What's wrong with you? Oh, shoot, am I out of gas? I got gas in there. Just doesn't want to run. Come on, baby, you can do it. I know you can. Alright, so let's talk about what happened. So I was riding along, having a great old time, and I got stuck, and right as I got stuck, my snowmobile quit working on me. Now, whether it was a matter of the snowmobile quit working as I got stuck, or if it was I got stuck because the snowmobile died, I'm not sure. But either way, I got stuck, snowmobile quit working, It was a big pain in the butt. I played with it, opened up the hood here. You can see my air boxes out of it. We'll get to that in a minute. In the past, I've had problems with these spark plug cables coming off. You get riding along real bumpy or whatever, and they'll pop off, you lose power. I got new cable ends, so they're nice and secure now, but just for the fun of it, I thought, well, maybe that's the issue. And then I was thinking, okay, maybe I'm out of gas. Looked in the gas tank, had plenty of gas. Trying to figure out what's going on. Pulled the spark plugs out, checked them out, they look good, put them back in. And then I started thinking, well, maybe I'm low enough on fuel, because my fuel pickup, so when I got stuck, the front end was kind of buried. It was down. And my fuel pickup, I think, is like maybe here on the tank, like kind of further back. Not up here, not all the way back, but maybe kind of here-ish. I was thinking, well, maybe I'm low enough on fuel that I'm just not able to pick it up. So I was looking in the tank, looking for that fuel pickup line, and realized I couldn't see it. That's when I figured out what the problem was. My fuel line had broken off inside the tank. So in order to get out, matter of fact, I'll show you what I did to get out. Okay, so we're on the other side of the snowmobile now. Now, in order to get out, I had to take my fuel line out of the tank. That's this guy right here. So I took my Leatherman, pulled the clamp off, pulled the hose off, and then used the Leatherman again. Luckily, this fitting isn't super tight in the tank. So I was able to take the Leatherman, crack that loose, and pull that out of the tank. Then what I did, because I took the little fuel vent line, there's a little vent right here. I don't know if you can see, it's kind of in shadow. There's a little vent right here. And the hose for it, it came with like a one of those plastic, rubbery, whatever, those clear lines. Matter of fact, I still got some of it on here. This is the old line. And it's dry, cracked, brittle, but that line used to go back and forth across here several times and then finally drains down there. Just to, so the fuel can slosh around in the tank, and if it hits the vent, it's not going to slosh a whole bunch of fuel out, which is a good thing, but it's still vented so that it can suck fuel. So I took that line that had broken off, I took and replaced it with just a little short, super short, like 10-inch line, just a rubber hose, and I took that vent line from here and ran it, out here and just kind of down, just so it was out of the way. So what I did is I took this fitting out, and I took that fuel line, stuck it on there. Luckily, it's a nice rubbery hose, and it stretches big enough to go on there, because this is a 1/4-inch fitting, and this is like 1/8 inch or something. So I'm going to pull that out real quick, and I'll show you. Okay, so I took my Leatherman, brought it in here like this, took the clamp, pulled that off, take the hose off, if you can. It's tight, good fitting hose. Man, oh, that come off. Came off last time. There it is. Okay, so the fuel line's off. Take the fitting out. Now it's not super tight in there, luckily, so I can just grab it with the Leatherman and not strip it out. And there is my makeshift, make it work fuel line. I guess that's a little more than 10 inches. It might be a foot. So that's how we got it done. This little hose. And you can see it's stretched out pretty good to go over the top of that. So now we got to fix it up right. This worked at the time to get me out of where I was at. I was in a pretty bad situation. Stuck way back in there. I was out by myself. So we're going to fix this up right now. So now we're at the gas tank of the snowmobile. I've pulled the cap off the gas tank. I'm going to stick this tool down inside there. It's a little grabber tool. It has the little fingers that come out. You can grab things with it. This is a nice one. It's got magnets on the end. And honestly, I don't know what the gasoline is going to do to this. It might ruin it. But it's okay, because this thing was like $4 at Harbor Freight. So I'm just going to reach down inside the tank and take my flashlight, shine it down there so I can see. And I'm going to grab the old fuel line out of there. I need that old fuel line because it has a strainer on the end of it, and I want to be able to use that strainer again. Oh, dropped it. Where'd you go? Come on. Alright, there it is. There's my old line. And I'm really happy to see that it's not terribly long because I've got this new piece of line and it's going to be just about the right length. You can actually see this is kind of swollen, still rubbery, which is weird because it just snapped right off. Alright, so this is my little strainer piece. You can see the little strainer on the end of here. That's to help keep the large debris out of your fuel, so you don't run it through your pump, destroy your pump, run it through the carburetor, plug it up, and then your sled doesn't run again. So I want to pull this strainer off, put it on the new hose, and then put the new hose in, and we'll be back in business. Alright, so there we are. Got my strainer on there, on the new hose. I got my little clamp on there. I've got it on the fitting, ready to shove it back in the fuel tank. Alright, so we're back over here again. I'm going to try not to bump the camera as I do this. Just take and feed that fuel line into there. Unfortunately, you have to use this really thin, thin-walled hose to do this because, and I tried to use a nice, thick, rubbery hose, thinking that, okay, maybe it'll last longer. You know, that regular hose that, you know, it looks like this stuff. I tried using some of this, and it's too thick walled, and when it's on that fitting, it won't go into the tank like it's supposed to, and so it doesn't work. So take the Leatherman. I'm just going to tighten that up a little bit. It doesn't need to be super tight. You're just going into plastic here, so you know, snug is good. All right, so we've got that together. Put the hose back on it. Stick the clamp back on. Need the Leatherman again. Okay. All right. It's all back together. I just need to put the airbox back in there and fire it up, make sure it runs, and we're good to go again. Go riding some more. Alright, so there we go. Once I had it figured out as far as what was going on with it, what was wrong, it was probably 10 minutes on the trail, just trying to, well, not the trail. I wasn't anywhere near the trail. But probably took me 10 minutes to get it, get a solution figured out and get it all done and get it to where I could ride it again. So not too bad. And then once I got it running, I just booked it back to the truck, got it loaded up on the trailer here, and took it home. So now we've got it fixed. So now we can go riding again. Really not sure how much riding we're gonna be able to get done because now it's March, and you know, you can tell in my yard here, my snow is melting away. I've got I've got mud and standing water. So, of course, up in the mountains and whatnot, up in Island Park. That's where I was at. I was in Island Park when this happened. Anyways, just a quick video, quick how-to, how to get my sled going again. If you're having issues with your sled too, if it seems like you're not getting fuel or whatever, take your gas cap off and shine a nice bright flashlight down in there. Don't drop it in. Don't drop your light in there. But shine a nice bright flashlight down in the gas tank, and just double check, make sure that fuel line is still hooked up, not broken off or anything like mine was. So if you liked today's video, hit the like button, subscribe, and until next time, take care.